Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater. The time is now as we get set for what should be an incredible matchup. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson. Delphine Persoon. This Belgian has really been turning heads since she burst onto the professional scene.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, fight.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. And there's the bell for round 1. Straight right just misses. To the body. Welcome inside this unique environment, a beautiful theater, ready for this one.
God, I love theaters for all these reasons. You can hear everybody in the crowd. You can hear the punches actually echo. You know that fight is coming in, and you know you're in such an intense atmosphere. You know the pressure is going to be on.
Which one?
It's a motor vehicle when it's only PA resident, the no PA people.
She throws a nice straight punch.
I think I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah, you need to spin that over.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, so I've got to respect both of them.
Yeah.
More than happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Punch is beginning to take its toll.
All right.
Slip to avoid the jab.
Yeah, exactly.
She catches and counters. No rest for the weary. Every time, you know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one.
No problem.
Let's talk about pursuing that last round. Well, this is the time that the trick. Here we go for round 2. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're fighting a swarmer and you know their goal is to bury their head right in your chest, the uppercut would probably come in handy.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
Beautiful counter shot. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. With the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
That jab misses. Counter punching. Nice punch. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Pursuing that. Bell rings and we start the third. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Looking right hook, but that was blocked. That right hook catching air. Those counter punches have to hurt. Fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Good counter shot by her. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Straight right just misses. Thank goodness we've got instant replay. We get to see it again.
Shot from the gods, they say. A shot from the gods.
One, two, three, four, five. Give me your club.
Talk about pursuing that last round. Well, this is a very... Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Battle. The straight right just misses. There's a counter shot. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Sometimes if you get nervous, something that's so powerful, you can't think of. You just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
The straight right just misses. Nice counter. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Shot. Incredible work rate. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about pursuing that last round. On to the 5th we go. That last round was a debacle. Let's see if she can get things righted here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
She scores with that counter. know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Nice job getting that punch through. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. This fight has a real good flow to it. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have to quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
A lot of effort being exerted here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about pursuing it. This is the beginning of round 6. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well done with that counter shot. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Swing and a miss with the right hook. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. Holding nothing back here in the round. Perfect counter shot. The straight right just misses. Good counter punch. Nice counter shot. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Beautiful counter punch. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about pursuing in that last. Here we go. It's round 7. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
The problem with having a chin that everybody knows if they hit you, you're hurt, you're gone. You've got to protect that, but you've also got to get your shots off. They forget, you can bang too.
Didn't land that jab. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. That left-handed jab doesn't quite score. It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. shot lands. The straight right just misses. Catch and shoot. Good one. She wasn't ready for that counter. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about pursuing that last round. And there's the bell for round 8. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They exchange punches. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Down goes Estrada. We need to see that again. Some amazing boxing right there.
Where did that come from? What a...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight?
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Well, now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to do what they've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. So it was certainly close. A big majority. We've got high hopes. And Sugar Ray Leonard. He, of course, won world titles in 5 different weight classes.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds.
You can tell both of these fighters are exuding. We have high hopes and aspirations for this fight. And he did catch him. He caught it clean. Clean as a whistle. Those counter punches have to hurt. The straight right just misses. Perhaps the hottest ticket in town for this fight tonight.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter, because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of defense here at all. Do you believe this? Beautiful counter punch. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Beautiful counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Crawford in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round. What do we expect to see here in round two? Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. Straight right just misses. This has been a very competitive round between these two.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Fighter focuses on those long, straight punches, staying on the outside, and winning round after round.
You want to corner an outside fighter, make them fight off the rope, because they don't want to do that. They don't want to stand still. They want to move left to right. Pin them down. Throw a blank on them.
Catch and shoot. That counter shot lands. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this.
On to the third. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
The straight right just misses. Someone tell these two that they can be defensive for a minute if they want to. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. halfway through the round. I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
A straight right just misses. Defense is not an option for these two. Punch is beginning to take its toll. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
The bell sometimes...
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Bombs away! Punch, counter punch. That jab doesn't find a home. Nice counter shot. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the park. You've got to relax.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Time for the 5th round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well done with that counter shot. That hook was thrown with some bad intentions. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That counter punch caught him clean. There's a counter shot. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking it down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
A straight right just misses. That one lands. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that. Let's start the 6th. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Swing and a miss with the jab. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Neither one of them want this to go to the judges' scorecards. Nice counter. Straight right just misses. They exchange punches. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
Dominance, without a doubt.
Here we go. It's round 7. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won it hands down.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this battle?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. How about that time counter shot? He wasn't ready for that counter punch. He got out of the way of that right hook. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That jab won't score. When are we going to see a jab from these two? And he scores with the counter. It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. They've got round 8, and we're off again. Well, Johnny, can he keep the momentum going after that last huge round for him?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history books.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. So much for boxing. This is a fight. Nice counter punch right up the middle. The straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. No surprise as we get a unanimous.